Okay, let's unpack this. You sent us a fascinating stack of material centered around the iconic group TLC, specifically excerpts from a YouTube transcript titled "The Night Clive Davis and Diddy Found Out How Dangerous TLC Were."
Yeah, and this deep dive is going to go beyond just the music. It really gets into power dynamics, secrets,
Yeah.
and the very real cost of demanding what you think you're owed. Especially in an industry like that, this source lays out quite a story.
Right, so our mission today is to pull out the core narrative here. We're
Yeah.
looking at how TLC went from this massive success to feeling, well, completely ripped off.
Exactly. And then what they did about it, which apparently shocked everyone.
And then there's the path left I took afterwards, which the source presents as surprising and pretty unsettling.
And how this other story, seemingly separate, involving Chili, Usher, and Diddy, might actually connect to something, well, deeper and darker. According to this account, anyway.
Get ready, because the source claims the events we're about to dig into actually changed how Arista Records handled security. Like forever.
Apparently, it left Diddy pretty embarrassed too, and yeah, left behind questions that the source suggests are still kind of hanging out there decades later.
Okay, let's dive in. The setup. TLC's huge success. We're talking T-Boz, Left Eye, Chile. Their album Crazy Cool was everywhere.
Absolutely massive, but then there's the conflict, right? The source puts it front and center. The album pulls in something like $75 million.
$75 million. That's
Right.
huge. Now, contrast that with what the source says the members actually got out of it.
Yeah, this is the kicker. Each of them handed a check for just $50,000.
50,000 from a $75 million album. The source even talks about their living situations at the time, despite being global stars.
Driving beat-up cars, barely any furniture. They felt, and the source uses their word, broke.
That disconnect, that feeling of being totally cheated despite the success,
Yeah.
that's the spark, right?
It's the catalyst for everything that happens next, according to this material.
And what happened next wasn't like a quiet phone call to a lawyer.
No, not according to this account. Left Eye, especially. She had a different approach. The source mentions she'd spent time in a diversion center.
Right, which suggests maybe some other stuff was going on outside the music bubble already.
And while there, she apparently met some people. The source describes them as ex-cons. Big guys, intimidating, definitely down to ride.
So Lisa gathers this crew.
And the plan was pretty straightforward. Drive to New York, go get the money.
The scene when they arrive at Arista Records, it sounds pretty wild in this telling.
Oh, yeah. The source says they walked straight in, they had a plan, get their money or shut it down.
And it just so happened Diddy Puffy back then was in a meeting with Clive Davis.
Exactly. Talk about
And
time.
he counts as they just kicked Diddy out of his own meeting.
That's what the source